So this thing just happened where my Cintiq is acting up and it's not registering my pencil. Yeah. Well, this is going to be a short update. I managed to put in page number 3 and get about 15 minutes in. Well, there's probably like 10 minutes of fiddling with Photoshop and layers and thinking about changing the keyboard shortcut for new layer to Command N, which is now a new file. I seem to be using new layer a lot and get confused, so I think I'm just gonna swap those two around. But yeah, so this is the second attempt at 100 Days of Making Comics, the little internet challenge started by Kevin Cross of Monkey Mouth fame, where you devote like half an hour or more, preferably more, but at least half an hour a day for 100 consecutive days on working on your own personal comic book project. So mine is Phosphor, a little sci-fi adventure. Show you two of the characters as they're getting ready for their morning shift, so to speak. The lady over here is bringing coffee. She's bringing some notes, or he's passing the notes back to her. Haven't quite decided yet. There's lots of little notes I scribbled on my original rough pencils. These are about half an A4 size, enlarged from the thumbnails I made. I made thumbnails for about 50 pages. Then I worked out 25 of at this size. Now I'm bringing them into Photoshop and making them come alive a little bit more with a little bit of light and shadow and splash of color here and there. And putting in the text boxes and the word balloons. Not the actual text, that was the original plan for this second round, not 100 days, but like, you know, going from thumbnails to half a page to dialogue. But then I decided to add the light and darkness, and I was having so much fun on page 1 and 2. Yeah, but now I have stopped in my tracks. Did it? Where is it?
And upon each other. We're also part of the shoreline of the Ad to Sea.
Oh no. Yep, that means a restart. And we're back. Something I remembered from a book on magic. In the 70s, probably Berkeley, San Francisco, there was a guy who got to have a PhD in magic, and he wrote a book about it, and I read that book. It was very interesting little book. He basically did a lot of what you would call comparative religion these days, and he came up with these Venn diagrams, if you will, all these intersecting planes where all these different ideas that you can find in all beliefs intersected. And there was one in particular, and I think it was this one, because I just remember the odd shape. It wasn't just a circle. And it was called the law of perversion. And the law of perversion states, if anything can go wrong, it will. And I just love that. If anything can go wrong, it will. Tomorrow I get to go to the post office and pick up the Horror 8-4, which has definitely arrived. And that's kind of it for me today. I'm gonna continue drawing on this for a little while longer because it's getting closer to my bedtime. And I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. As always, thanks for having a little look at my my little video for day 16. Tomorrow's another day. I hope to have this one finished, but there is Spanish class. Probably won't be home until 9 o'clock in the evening after work, actually. But no excuses. We'll get that half an hour in. See you tomorrow.